Hello again, everyone. My name is Nick. Sitting across from me is Quentin, aka Q, and once again, we are here to save the universe. Welcome in. So glad that you are here. Our producer, Jeff, aka Jeffrina, aka just Rena, is also here on the computer. Jeff, just say hey really loud. He doesn't have a mic today, so just really loud. That was awful. That was awful. And we also have a couple more guests here with us today that we'll get to here in a little bit. But Quentin, how's the week going? How's life going? Everything good?
Everything is good, except I raised 3 daughters. So It's just, today it was like my oldest daughter is mad that my youngest daughter smacks when she eats. And is so upset about it that she feels like she's got to fix her. Like it's her job in life. Like her one job in life is to somehow get her little sister to quit smacking.
Well, she knows that like her dad spends his life, like saving the universe. So I guess she's trying to get started young. And
starting her. I mean, to the point where she's boohoo crying that I'm not taking it more serious. That her younger sister smacks.
If someone could solve the world's smacking problems,
is smacking that big a deal? Really?
I can't be around it.
Yeah, Rena says yes.
Smacking doesn't bother me if someone smacks. I'm kind of like, okay, you're smacking a little bit.
A little bit. You just said a little bit. But, I mean, there's a lot of people that a little bit is not at all how you could describe their smacking. I mean, there are some people, who get after it.
I only think smacking should be outlawed for people with braces. Everybody else should be able to smack.
Why can't people with braces smack?
They have weird stuff in their teeth, and I used to eat with this guy. He's a pastor now, and he kind of had braces at an older age. It was weird, and we'd go to this Chinese buffet. You guys all know this guy. We'd go to this Chinese buffet, and he'd kind of smack because I guess it was awkward having his braces at that age. I don't know.
I can imagine.
And I just see weird stuff in his teeth. And it just messed with me. It was hard. But to this day, like he called me a couple of days ago. To this day, when he wants to go eat, I'm like, ooh. I kind of get a cringe moment.
So
everybody else is just smacking. You just smack.
So it's not the sound at all. The sound does not bother you at all. It was just the visual in that situation.
And like he'd have like little pieces of food shoot out, and you kind of like. It's kind of like a fly ball. Like sometimes you'll lose it in the outfield. Like I would lose it as it comes out, and I'm like, did that just hit my plate? Did that hit my plate? Did that go in my drink? Like, and you don't know, and you don't want to make it awkward because he's acting like nothing happened.
Yeah, because he probably has no idea anything happened at all.
Nothing happened, and in my mind, I'm going, "You saw that? Like, you know what just happened? Why aren't we addressing this issue? Why aren't we taking a time out, a pause, and like getting new plates and drinks in this moment? But you kind of feel forced to just keep having the conversation."
That's funny. That reminds me, like sometimes I sing, and so occasionally, when you have lights on you, it's kind of weird because you can't see. Like I can see like the first 2 rows usually, and that's about it. But sometimes when I sing, you just get going. You get fired up. You get going. Maybe I have to go get a swig of water or something, to keep my voice moisturized or whatever. And occasionally, every now and then, I'll just notice just something just come fly out of my mouth when I'm singing, and you'll see it in the lights, like the lights coming in. Like you can see dust particles.
Oh yeah.
It's like just a speck of just slobber just fly, and in my mind, like I'm still singing. But my mind's going to wonder how far that went. And I wonder, like, if somebody right now is wondering, is it raining in here?
I legitimately think I have, like, flashbacks anytime I sit down at dinner with somebody and I see somebody with braces. It, like, literally messes with me. It's this weird thing that messes with me about braces.
I've never noticed that before. I guess I've never had that situation. I'm sure I would if I did have that situation. And now I won't be able to stop thinking about it if I ever have dinner with anybody who has braces.
And if you're close to 30, why are you getting braces at 30?
Well, maybe your parents couldn't afford them and your teeth are crooked.
Any major success that your pathway's been paved is going to happen before you're 30 anyway.
Thank you. I feel good about myself.
I don't understand why you get braces at that age. I just don't get it.
Your teeth are crooked, and you don't want them to be crooked.
What's the matter?
Why do you get a nose job at that age?
I don't. I think that's weird too.
Why do you do anything to like make? Why do you work out at that age? Just stop working out. Stop trying to look good.
So you don't die.
But most people don't work out so they don't die. People work out so they can look good. That's why they work out. Why do you go tanning?
I just
after
think
you're 30?
braces. I just think braces is once you get past a certain age, it's just a hoax. Nobody cares. Like, I've never met a man or a woman over 30 who I went to them and went, I'm about to make a judgment on this person based on how straight their teeth are. I'm about to do that. I just don't do that.
It depends.
I would like.
I mean, are their teeth so crooked that I notice it like really easily? Then that might be an issue.
I would like, and maybe our guests would know this. I would like to know. Here's. I could be convinced otherwise. I wonder if there's any statistics out there of people with straight teeth versus crooked teeth and their win-loss record in trials.
Well, I'm not aware of any, but I will say this. If you don't have a girl by the time you're 30, your teeth are not going to help you. I'm just saying. I mean, you're already there.
That is true, but I mean, this person obviously. I mean, this person was already married.
Married, had kids. Like,
Yeah.
Why are you wasting? Why are you spending money? Get your teeth straight when you could go on a vacation or something. Do you know how expensive braces are?
I don't, thank God.
Have you any of your kids ever had braces?
Oh yeah.
What's the going rate on braces right now?
We're talking around $3 or $4 grand per
That's
mouth.
a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of
per
money.
mouth, and that's if it's not that bad.
It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
$4,000.
That is a racket.
You're a
right there.
30-year-old man. You're a 30-year-old man,
Yeah.
and you got a couple of crooked teeth, and you're going to drop $4,000 to make them straight.
There's no way there's no way braces actually cost that much to produce. I'm thinking maybe $100 to make a
What
set of
are
braces.
braces? Metal?
Yeah,
I mean,
wire and yeah.
go to a scrapyard. There's tons of that. Like, I don't
Go
get it.
to the scrapyard and just take it to the dentist and go, can you make this into braces?
It's a racket. I'm telling you, it's a racket.
Oh, dude, I have no doubt.
Dentistry's a racket.
All right, well, we just lost the dentist market.
Well, I'm just saying,
I'm going to legally caution that last comment, and I do not sanction that in any way for you dentists who are listening.
I'm just saying, what does a dentist do?
I mean, they clean your teeth and make sure you don't have holes in them.
Okay,
For the most part.
When's the last time you went to the dentist?
I was there. Actually, I was just there the other day because of the whole mouth guard thing that we've already discussed.
Right. Okay. We talked about that. Episode 1, if you haven't heard about it. I haven't been to the dentist in 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Look, do you have any?
Why is it bad?
That's bad.
Look,
Why is it bad?
You're going to need braces.
you're gonna go like, oh God, I can't wait till you have braces.
Tell me why is it bad?
Well, I mean, your teeth could rot out.
They're not. I brush them every day.
But they could not. But I am with you a little bit on this because, all right, so from the time that I left my parents' health insurance, which was, I don't know, around the time into college, 22, 23, I don't know. I feel like you can stay on your parents' health insurance until you're like 40 these days. But back in my day, it was like 23, 24, I think, something like that, if you were in college. So from the time that I did that to the time that I got dental insurance again, which was about 3 years ago, so I went 15 years in between dentist appointments. The last dentist appointment I had when I was 23, 24, I had 4 cavities. And that was the first 4 cavities I'd ever had in my entire life. And I was like, I'm just not going back. So 15 years later, go to the dentist, guess how many cavities I had? I had 4 cavities. Exact same 4 cavities.
Oh, those are the ones you already had.
Yeah, nothing had changed.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you brush your teeth, what does a dentist do? They clean your teeth. They say it's more intense, but you can get those toothbrushes now. I mean, you can go buy those at
yeah.
Walmart.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you can do that yourself, all right?
Yeah.
So the only other things they do is they scrape your teeth. And so what I started doing is getting a straw. And you know this. You know how I chew on straws a lot. You chew on stuff a lot. You chew
yeah.
on those bottle tops. It's weird. what you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
But when I'm chewing on a straw, I just scrape my teeth off. I'm doing the exact same thing a dentist does.
I don't know if it's quite as good,
It
but
is.
yeah, I mean, I get
The
where you're
only-
going with that,
the
but
only
I'm not gonna say dentists are unnecessary.
The
I'm not
only
gonna,
other thing they do is they put that foam stuff in your mouth. I don't know what that is.
they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore?
No.
So it's nothing. I'll tell you, I've had 2 cavities my whole life. All right. No, actually, I'll tell you back. I had 3. On the third one, it got so bad it was in my left upper wisdom tooth that I knew I had to get something done. And I was a youth minister at the time making $125 a week. And I didn't know what to do. Because, like, you can't.
No.
Dental work's not cheap.
No, it's not. That's
went
why.
in-
That's why if I didn't have dental insurance, I probably wouldn't get it.
I went to pre-dental initially, and the only reason I went is because I went in and my dentist didn't do anything, and he drove a really fancy car and he didn't work on Friday. I mean, I thought that's a good gig. I thought that's a really good gig.
It's a good gig.
You know? So I had to I found a guy in Gadsden about 30 minutes from here who, if I paid him $75, he said he'd get rid of that tooth. I walked into a room that didn't look much different than this. The lighting was at least the same. All right.
So are you sure this was a dentist?
No.
I mean, is
To
this
this
just a
day, I'm
guy?
not sure. I walked
How
in.
did you find this
somebody
guy?
told me I know a guy. That's what happened. I was like, I got to do something, and somebody said I know a guy. That's exactly how this happened.
Wow.
So I went in. He gave me what's that pill that calms you down?
I don't know. There's tons of them.
No, the normal one that's like you always get when you go to get a surgery, pre-surgery thing or something. They're like very mild.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the
I
name
can't
of it right
remember.
now. Yeah.
Somebody I only saw once walks out with a hat on and gives me this pill and says, "Take this." And then the dentist himself comes out the door and says, "You can come on back." I saw nobody else in the waiting room. He said, "Are you ready?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm going to make an incision with this scalpel above your tooth. No pain meds." All right, and it's not getting cut with a scalpel is not that bad. They're super sharp. I don't know if you've ever been cut with a scalpel. It's not
In
that
your
bad.
gum, though? Like in
It's
your
not
gum?
that bad.
No, that hurts. Yes.
No,
for
it
It
normal
hurts me
people.
right now thinking about it.
It's not that bad. What hurt was next is he got, and I'm not exaggerating this. I mean, it was surgical looking and looked like clean steel, but it was a pry bar, a surgical pry bar, and he put it in the place where he made that incision, and he began trying to put pressure to take my wisdom tooth out, my left upper wisdom tooth out. He did it twice, and on the second time, I thought my jaw may break. Like it's so much pressure, my jaw may just snap. That hurt. The pressure hurt more than anything. Then he said this after the second time trying. He said, "I'm going to try one more time. And if that doesn't work, we'll just have to do a drill and get a drill out." And I've prayed hard in my life before, but that moment I prayed real hard that tooth would come out, and it did. And the ripping sound, the sound of like the socket being come out, and that's how that cavity got taken care of. And then he said, "All right, have a good day."
How are you still alive based on some of those choices you've made?
I don't know, but it was $75. It was taken care of. That's the last time I went and had something done with my teeth.
$75, and I cannot believe you did not have the worst mouth infection in the history of the world.
Nothing, no dry socket, no nothing. It was awesome.
Oh, God.
It was great.
All right. Well, now you just made me really appreciate Dennis. So anything that we've said bad about Dennis, that I take everything back. So I did, but I did. I got to hang out with my dad a little bit a couple days ago, and like anytime I hang out with my dad, we played golf because that's where you hang out with my dad. But anyway, so just one of my favorite things. They were bush hogging down one of the fairways, and so what was really cool was like free golf balls because I mean they were like everywhere. So I mean it was, you could just see it was like the easiest Easter egg hunt ever. I mean like brand new like $4 or $5 golf. I mean like expensive golf balls.
Golf balls cost that much?
I mean a good brand. I mean it's $45 for a dozen. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So yeah, they do.
Wow.
But yeah. But anyway, so we're going through picking them up, and this other guy's playing with us, and there was a golf ball just kind of about 3 feet into where they were bush hogging. So he starts walking towards it. I start looking to where he's walking. The biggest copperhead I've ever seen in my entire life is laying on top of the grass. I mean, it's just, and I don't do well in that situation. You show me a spider, I'm like, okay, I'll get a paper towel, I'll get the spider, or whatever. Like a rodent, not a fan, but I can handle it. Like all I could do was like, come here. This thing was massive, and we thought it was dead forever, and then but then it started moving. And then so I finally wander over, and it's moving away from us, thank God. And so I finally go over, and my ball was in the bunker. So I go to hit my shot in the bunker, and as soon as I came back in my backswing, I hear, oh shit! And the guy who was bush hogging had gotten out of the bush hog and almost stepped on that guy.
My gosh.
And the thing about we yelled at him, hey, there's a snake over here. So we thought he had hurt.
Let me tell you, this is my
He was
funny.
hilarious. So I don't do snakes. I hate snakes.
My 60-second snake story, where that happened this year.
Yeah.
It was during, we've been getting this church building done.
Yeah.
And it was a day, I don't know if I was frustrated at you, or frustrated at Matt, or frustrated at Jeff, or frustrated at everybody. I don't know. It could be a day I was frustrated at everybody. People are asking for more money to spend on this building. I don't know. It's like a day I was done. Like midday, I'm done. And my wife calls in a panic and goes, there's a snake here. It's in the pool area. Can you come here? I'm like, yes, I'll come. I didn't want to come. I was like, just let it go. Is it poison? Like, I don't care. But I came home and I got home and I'm like, I'm not even talking. I'm just going to my house. She's like, what are you doing? The snake's just getting away. I'm like, I'm going to get my 22 rifle. I'm going to shoot the snake. I know I live in city limits, but I didn't care. Like, police could come. I didn't care.
Yeah,
I was
didn't care at that point. Yeah.
I was just in that frame of mind. Well, I'm on there, and I just got the 22 rifle not too long ago. It was a cool Remington nylon 70s model, but you have to load it from the back end.
I know nothing about guns, so
you have to push down. It's kind of hard to load, so I'm loading it, and she starts screaming my name. It's gonna get away! It's gonna get away! And I get so frustrated. This is why I set the gun down. I walk over. There's a hoe because we've been gardening, you know.
Yeah.
I pick up the hoe. I don't even care how close I get to the snake. I walk right up behind it, like just right up to it. It can't even react to me coming. Like I'm just like, doo, doo, doo. And then I just literally get the hoe and go one shot, chop his head off, and then drop the hoe and walk off and go back to work. That's how mad I was.
Did you figure out what kind of snake it was?
No, didn't care.
I do. Well, I take it back. To a degree, I do care.
I like good snakes.
To a degree, I don't care. I like that they exist. I don't like them anywhere in my radius or my world.
Here's the thing. If it was a rat snake, I would not want to have killed it. But my wife was not going to be happy until it was done. And so I killed it.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what happens. Well, speaking of unhappy wives, we have a story today, and I will. He's already spoken a little bit, but our guest here today is Mr. Tom Woodall. So glad to have him with us. Tom is a good friend of the show and a good friend of me and Q's. And so Tom is going to be, as we go forward, kind of our legal counsel.
If you're in a crash, he'll get your cash.
You see, I like that. That's got a good ring to it.
Is that what you fed, the line you fed me?
Yes, I like it. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
just keep that written down once every minute or so.
So we kind of have our story today. Kind of has a court case and some legal matters involved in it. But
look
also
at that picture.
Huh?
Look at that picture.
Oh, I know, and it's rough. But anyway, and also I think there's some legal ramifications that we can kind of talk about coming out of the story as well, about maybe there's a marriage issue, a giant marriage issue that we can help save the universe from today.
Yes.
Because
There are lots of those, but we're going to tackle one.
We're going to just try to tackle one.
Okay.
And we're not, we're definitely not taking on the whole of marriage today. So, or any time. Ever.
No.
So it's just not going to happen.
We said the universe.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. Give us a break.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so here we go. A woman arrested on suspicion of shooting and critically wounding her partner reportedly told police that the couple had been arguing over the setting of the thermostat in their home for 2 weeks leading up to the shooting. Kentucky State Police said troopers responded at 9:47 a.m. Thursday. Discovered that Steve Flynn, who lives at the residence, had been shot multiple times. Candy Moss, 52, who was also present at the residence, was eventually arrested on charges of first-degree assault and tampering with physical evidence. We found out later that she
changed the thermostat again?
No, she moved the bullet casings because she didn't want anybody to fall on.
I bet that thermostat was where she wanted afterwards, too.
Oh, yes, okay.
I bet that if he had it on what he wanted and she shot him, she went right back over there and changed that thermostat back. Here's the first thing she did.
Yeah, as he lie there.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this is what she did.
Hey, I'll call the cops in a minute, honey. But this thermostat's getting back where I want it.
Upon troopers' arrival, they located Steve Flynn sitting in a recliner in the living room, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. And once again, I will say he is alive. He did survive this, so we're not laughing at someone dying. He was alert and talking at the time. Moss reported to police, "I went crazy and shot him." After agreeing to speak with detectives, Moss said she shot Flynn about 3:30 a.m. Wednesday, tended to his wounds, and attempted to call 911 multiple times, although no record of 911 calls could be located. Police recovered a .38 caliber revolver under the dresser in the master bedroom and found 2 bullet projectiles in a Bible bag in a separate room.
What a great place to put it. Like when you're trying to hide evidence, you know where you put it? You put in that Bible bag. That old case you used to hold your Bible
Oh,
in,
yeah.
you know?
Great spot. Then we got a quote from her. This is we're kind of wrap up the story. She stated she and Mr. Flynn have been together 3 years, and for the last 14 days they had been arguing over her adjusting the thermostat to the residence. She did not know why she shot him or remember doing so, although she was able to recall shooting him twice as he sat in the chair. So she couldn't remember doing it, but then she recalled doing it.
Yeah. I don't remember it, but I probably did it. I think I did it.
Yeah.
I just don't remember it.
I don't remember shooting him, but then there was that time when I shot him.
Well, do we know was there more than one incidence of shooting? Do we know whether she was recalling a different incident?
Well,
I don't think so. And I have read this court case has actually gone through now. She pled guilty, and because she was like I said, he was airlifted, but he's okay.
you imagine when the police got there and came in, if he's like, "Hey, before you call the ambulance, turn that thermostat down. Turn it down. It's too hot in here to bleed. I can't bleed this hot."
My blood will not coagulate because it's too hot.
Get her out of here and turn that thermostat down.
Can you imagine if they did, if it didn't, let's say it didn't get turned down, and like he's in the hospital for like a month, and he comes back and his thermostat is like set on like 80 degrees, and it's been heating the house for like a month. I bet he was madder about that than getting shot.
Oh, let's have no doubt. Let's have no doubt. If any men or women out there, you know this is true. She wanted it hotter and he wanted it colder.
No, there's no way that's not the case.
There's no doubt that.
No way that's not the case.
And I wonder if when he got in the hospital, I could just imagine his first nurse button call.
Yeah.
The nurse comes in. Yes, sir. Can I help you? Turn that thermostat down.
There's no way. The only way that I know this is reversed is actually in my parents' house because my dad's on blood thinners, which keeps him very cold all the time. But that is very rarely the case.
I think
this has been a battle. I've been married for 15 years, and this was a battle up until last year in which I actually won this battle in my house.
It's amazing. I'd like to hear this.
It's crazy.
Maybe you saw.
Huh?
Maybe you saved the universe today, Nick.
Maybe I do. I was able to win. I was able to do. My wife really likes science and facts, and if you present to her science and facts, usually she's like, okay, I get it. She'll argue with you at first, but then she's like, okay, that makes sense. There is multiple sleep studies done, and all those sleep studies will tell you that the ideal sleeping temperature, so that your body, because your body is supposed to cool at night.
Okay.
Your body's supposed to cool so it can rest. The ideal sleeping temperature is between 62 and 68 degrees.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that science. I needed to know that science.
And also, if you keep it cooler temperatures in your home, you're less likely to suffer from sinus issues, and you're also less likely to get sick during the winter months. Because if you go from hot to cold, that does a number on your immune system. But if you keep it cool in your home, and then when you go outside, it's cold, your body doesn't have to adjust as much, and you're less likely to get sick.
I like it.
And that is all science. That is data. That is proven.
That's none of the reasons why I want it cold. But I will use that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
will-
yeah.
I will-
Oh, no, that's another reason I want it cold either.
I will act like it is.
Yeah. I want it cold because I'm fat and I sweat.
There you go. There you go. What is your optimal temperature in your house?
Optimal temperature is probably, I would say, 66, 68, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 67 is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Tom?
72 degrees on the button all the time. That is the ideal temperature for a human being. 72 degrees in the car, 72 degrees in the house,
Yeah,
all the time.
that's a
I
little-
disagree.
It's true. It's
a
just
little,
factual.
little warm there.
72 degrees.
Yeah.
No, I'll pass. Here's the thing. Me and my wife have dealt with this forever, and like I get it. Like part of turning the thermostat up or down is you're spending money when you do because it costs money to cool
There
or
is.
heat.
Yeah, there is.
And let's be honest, like air conditioning is a very American thing, and it's
Yeah.
it's also a very like southeastern American thing. When I was in Oregon, some houses didn't have
Yeah.
air conditioning; it just wasn't needed.
Down to we have family in Michigan, and they don't have air conditioning.
And then I think a lot of European, you've been there more than I have, but I think Jeff Reno, but I think a lot of European countries don't have air conditioning units that often.
Yeah.
It's a very American.
Which my grandmother will say the worst two inventions in human history were air conditioning and television, because she said air conditioning made everybody go in the house and get off their front porch where they had community, and then television gave them a box to stare at while they were in there. Coming from a woman who spent the last 20 years of her life in the air conditioning staring at a television.
She didn't say she didn't like them.
No.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably people that think
Yeah.
like cocaine's bad, but they're going to go use it today. You know. So, and I do. I think it's bad. I'm not going to use it. I think it's really bad. So
That's
just so
good.
you know.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad we're cocaine and air conditioning are not the same thing. So
Let me tell you how I think what you've done is genius. I'll tell you how I've dealt with it, because my wife likes it to be warmer.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably a lot like Tom, which I don't know if that means Tom's like my wife or I don't know. I'm not saying that, but she likes the 72, to 73 degrees,
see if it was
Not 73. 72.
She likes that,
See, my wife would have like in her. My wife would be like 75, 76.
Ooh.
I mean, it would be up there.
I'm
If she-
sweating
in her
bad.
ideal world.
At
Yeah.
75, I'm sweating
Yeah.
bad. So she
I
likes,
did buy her a really nice blanket to help this go over, by the way, that she pretty much keeps on her all day long. So
she likes 72. And so we would go back and forth. Like, no, it needs to be around 67, 68. No, 72. It'd just be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I would try to give my opinions on it. And she would come back and say, well, here's this. And she goes, well, and she talked about in the winter, like we needed to go. I'd be, no, we're spending too much money. And then in the summer, she'd be like, oh, we're spending too much money. Like using my own logic against me, which I can't stand. I cannot stand when people use your own logic against you. Frustrates the heck out of me.
Yeah, those facts that I shared with you, those were just for my case, not
Right,
for yours.
right. Don't come up with your own logic. Like if you're going to argue logic against me, it should be your own logic, not logic I came up with.
Yeah,
That's
you don't get
frustrating.
to use that. No.
So I figured out a masterful way to deal with the situation. And look, I put a lot of thought into this. I prayed about this. I sought some counsel on this. And here's what I do. I wait till my wife goes to bed and I turn it down to what I want.
That's what I did for years, actually.
Yeah, that would work. That's,
Yeah,
but you're in
that's what
trouble
I
in the
did.
morning.
Yeah.
So
Throw an extra blanket on her. She don't even know what happened.
I wake a
Yeah.
lot of times I wake up before her anyway.
Yeah.
So you know what I do? I'll just turn it down before I go to bed. I'll get up before her and go over there and knock it back up.
So does this mean basically you're scared of your wife in this situation?
Is anybody at this table not scared of their wife?
for sure. Yeah.
So basically your wife has won the argument. You're just trying to get around it.
So look, Nick, gentlemen in the room. Sometimes you have to save the universe without the universe knowing you're saving it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sometimes you can't be worried about getting the credit and putting the trophy in the cabinet. You just got to do what's got to be done to make the world right.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to know,
Yeah.
but you. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We need to live in a world where more people are less worried about the trophy they're going to put on the cabinet and more about doing what needs to be done to make the world right. And I'm doing my part every single night.
Are you ever worried that she's going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning and shoot you?
For other reasons. But not necessarily the thermostat, maybe.
So I'm curious, Tom. Have you ever seen anything like? I mean, I've actually in reading and like, there have been people who have sued their spouse over the temperature of their home.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what do you do in that situation? I come to you and I go, my wife will not let me turn the thermostat down. I don't want to divorce her. I love her. I've got to figure out a way to handle this situation, so I'm going to sue her. I mean, what do you tell that person?
I'm going to find a really nice way to talk to you as long as you have hired me to consult with you to tell you to please leave because we're not going to handle that case because that's crazy. So
Well, what if I come to you a year later and go, okay, all right, you didn't take my case, so now I'm going to divorce her.
Well, I'll take that case. Okay. All right. So Nick, couple of things. You read this story and you just sort of just powered right through that.
Well, it was a long story. And
it
I
was
know
a
we don't have
long
lot of time.
story. So
Yeah.
a couple of things. First off, it doesn't appear these folks are married. Am I right?
Their last names were different.
It said they had been together for 3 months.
No, 3 years.
Was it?
right.
Okay, hold on.
Right.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so a couple things. First off, it doesn't appear they're married. We have different last names. We have partner referenced in the story.
Yes.
Been together.
Been together 3 years, and for the last 14 days have been arguing. Yeah, I'm
All
sorry.
right,
I'm sorry.
so we don't know who owned the house either, do we?
We don't.
All right. And then you went all the way to the point of she pled guilty, and I think you followed that by saying because she was guilty. All right. And that sounded good, and you just kind of glossed over it. But I will tell you right now, there is no way that we get to a point of shooting if that man didn't say to her, if you touch that thermostat again, woman, I'm going to kill you. Self-defense. Self-defense. That's what happened here, ladies and gentlemen.
You remember she shot him in the chair.
Well, no, we don't know
he
that
was
she
in.
shot. We don't know that she shot him in the chair.
No, she said, I remember. Remember, she said, I remember shooting him twice in the chair.
Well, but we didn't confirm that was the same shooting incident. There could have been multiple. And that's the
That
reason
could
I
have
asked
been a
the
different
question.
occasion
It could have
altogether.
been-
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We
I
don't,
would
know how many,
imagine.
we don't know how many total bullet holes this guy has in him.
Yeah.
Just from
And,
this.
and we don't know whose gun was it. Was it
She
his gun?
called the wrong lawyer, didn't she?
That's right. Whose gun? It could have been his gun. She might have taken it from him. He may have 5 guns sitting around him. You know, I'm just saying. I'm a criminal defense attorney, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me tell you. I know we're almost out of time. I want to ask you this since Tom, I have you, because women shooting people made me think of this experience in my life. I was working at a pawn shop. It's one of the fun jobs I've had in my past, and they sell guns there, you know. And this lady comes in and is like, "Hey, do you have any pistols?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Come look at these pistols we have." I go, "Are you looking for anything in particular?" And she says, "Yeah, I'm looking for something to shoot my husband with." That's her exact words to me.
I'm assuming you didn't sell her a gun.
I said, "Ma'am, I cannot sell you a handgun."
So was she laughing when she told you that?
Oh,
story?
no, she's dead serious. She goes, I go, "Mom," no, actually, I said, "Ma'am, we can't sell you guns to kill somebody." She goes, "I didn't say I wanted to kill him."
That's terrifying.
The fact that she.
I didn't know what my responsibility was. I didn't sell a gun. I said,
Yeah.
"I cannot sell you a gun."
Well, I will say this. One of your legal responsibilities is if, in fact, that's my wife asking you that question, you need to call me.
Tom, just a heads up. Yeah.
Actually, Tom, if it's your wife-
I don't know what you did.
If it's your wife, Tom, I wouldn't be telling this story and she'd have a gun. Let's just be honest.
And I'd be limping. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have walked in here on a cane. And that would have been the story.
And the thermostat would be at 77.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So what happened there, Tom? Well, I'm now reminded every time I take a step for the rest of my life that my wife likes the thermostat at 77 degrees.
The perfect temperature is not, in fact, 72. It is, in fact, 77.
And scientists can suck it. There's so end of the day, best way to solve this problem, either go around it like Q is doing, just go into it, or be a little bit more of a woman like Tom and like the temperature a little bit hotter, or try to use science. What I did, but I think we got multiple ways actually to kind of save the universe on this one. That's good.
I love when we have a moment where we have multiple options for people.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
I think it's good. We would love to hear from you actually. Like email us if you try any of these. Email us, let us know what's going on. If you're in a situation to where you think it might get to a point where somebody's going to get shot,
Call somebody.
Please reach out. Yeah.
They're all kind of helplines, churches, government officials.
Yeah.
Call somebody.
Yeah.
Call your best friend.
We would rather you call us before you have to call Tom.
Yes.
This is true.
That would be the goal.
I will say, this is my final thing I'm saying today, Nick. If you feel like you're at the point you're about to shoot somebody, call your mom and have a conversation. Just do that. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Unless your mom
would
is
never advise
Candy
that.
Moss
Yeah.
from Kentucky, then do not call her. Don't call her. Hey, once again, I have been Nick. That is Q. Thankful for our guest, Tom Woodall, whose nephew is here, who plays college football at Cumberland. So it's great to have him with us as well. Jeff Rena is our producer. Hey, go check out our podcast on Apple Podcast, on Podbeam, on Spotify. That's the one I couldn't think of. YouTube. Go check us out there. Like, subscribe. Man, we need you to subscribe. We need you to rate, review, all those things, and share. share this, because man, we can't save the universe unless the universe can hear us. So we need the whole universe to get this out there. So hopefully you will do that. Hey, once again, the universe is a safe place to live. You're welcome. See you soon.